big stone vagina there.
There is. It's the famous stone vagina. It's episode 3 at Consolevania. This is nice. We're back at the old Glasgow Uni QM building where we shot our first scenes ever for Consolevania back in the day.
And you were actually thrown out of this university, I believe, Rob.
I was asked to leave this university after failing.
Look at you now. Look at you now.
Very badly.
You don't need education.
Speaking of vaginas.
Speaking of vaginas.
I'll be reviewing Mass Effect Andromeda.
That's our son. Our son is away for his university in
Jerry.
interview of the day. Good luck. We hope you get in, Jerry.
Pass the tests.
Pass your tests. He is studying being a big dick.
Hello, my name is Rosemary. Hello, my name is Edith. And these are our frightful memories. Ooh, do you remember this one, Rosemary? I do, yes. Oh, it's an awfully frightful memory. This little fellow's name is Zool. Do you know what Zool is backwards, Rosemary? Is it lose? Yes, that's what happened to our heads. We lose them. We lose our heads. Look, he's shooting all of our sweeties. I remember I played this game for hours and hours and hours, and then I had to have my legs chopped off because it gave me diabetes. Why on earth would someone ever do this and spend their lives making a game like this? I think being a grown-up is wasted on some grown-ups. Some adults just don't like children, Edith. They want to put an end to children the way the woodcutter put an end to ours. Why do you think it says Chuppa Chups everywhere? Is that the name of some kind of demon? I think so, Rosemary. It's a demon that eats your blood and legs. Oh, I was hoping it was a demon to do with lollipops. I like lollipops, Rosemary. Well, you can't have any because you don't have a head anymore. That's very true. I'll just stick to sitting down on top of slime.
Listen, you'll get a bloomin' sore bum. Hello. Where are you?
I'm still in Dundee. I'm still in Dundee just now.
Listen, do you know what your son's done?
Oh, what's he done?
He's gone and spent the bloomin'
What is he wasting money on now?
budget on the video game to review the video games. He spent all the money on a AAA. An actual full price AAA game he's done. Your son. So what am I going to do now? Because there's no money for a game.
Tell him he's grounded.
Your dad's really angry.
Send him to bed with his bum red raw.
I've got. Okay. Right. Well, this didn't really help. When are you back? Good. Right. Well, thanks anyway. Then I suppose I'll see you later. Bye. Really sore back. Hi guys! You forget, don't you? If you're ever down in your luck and you can't get 2 bob to scrape together, there's always Steam. You will need more than 2 bob to buy one of these games. There's always Steam. It's been great the last couple of months having all these massive, successful, lovely, brilliant games coming out in 2017, but you've always got Steam. It's always there for you, and a seemingly endless supply of interesting things to look at and play with, and this is Paradigm. It's a point-and-click adventure game. It's a Kickstarter, and by the looks of it, everyone's very, very chuffed with how it's all gone. They're all very happy with their game, and I feel terrible because just sometimes it just look like a wee bit of background on me is look, I don't like anything. Honestly, see when I'm saying that I like things, I'm just lying. I don't like anything, and I especially don't like laughing at things. I've genuinely never laughed sincerely. So this isn't the game for me. It felt like there was too much of it. There was too much of everything. There was too much. It was too long. There was too much writing. Every conversation was just a bit too long. There's too many ideas. It's too jumbled, and I just found it a little bit tiresome. I'm sorry. It's great. Look at the amount of work that the guys put into it as well, and I'm saying that. I'm a fucking disgrace. I know this. Having said that, I think everybody's pleased with it. They're enjoying it, so you might enjoy it. It feels like a good wee nostalgia trip at the very least, because it is like a really old traditional point-and-click adventure game. It isn't expensive, so you can still have a wee pop. This is my favourite bit for the game, but it's actually quite early on in the game, so you could maybe just, it wouldn't take you long to get to this bit. It's good, innit? It's good fun. Fucking back.
Dope. Thanks, dude.
There'll be some of you out there that know that I am this way inclined anyway. I like my indie games. But it always feels like a balancing act when you're talking about indie games, because these are two excellent examples that I've picked. That there are some incredible plus points and some negative points. That's more often than not what you're going to get. But I'm always so enthusiastic about seeing what people come up with. Ask me what the best game of 2015 was. No, it wasn't that one. It did cost a lot of money, I will give you that, but they never finished it properly. It was Undertale. Undertale was the best game of 2015, and Robert would never in a million years agree with me. But that's who I am. That's where I'm coming from. Back to the footage. This is Domina, and this was very nearly a completely different take on the game, because it's fucking incredible. But the guy, for some reason, wouldn't put in a save state, but he's done it now. He's yielded to the fans, and he's put in a save state, and I can't recommend this highly enough. Do you like Spartacus Blood and Sand, the TV series? Because this is heavily influenced on this. You'll hear people in the crowd shouting obscenities to you that are directly lifted for that TV show. You manage a Ludus. Unfortunately, I have to tell that you are a woman, so that I understand if a lot of you want to switch off right now. You are a woman, but you run a Ludus, and you can hire staff to do different roles for you, and you're basically raising these gladiators to try and go to Rome and win the big prize. And it's really, really fucking hard. Here's a 3-on-1 battle. Should be a foregone conclusion, I would imagine. Three of my best against this fucking dauber. No problem. I'm not even going to look at the screen because I know what's going to come. Honestly, it's excellent. It's even looking at this footage, I want to have a shot at it again. And you can have a wee quick shot, and now you can save it, and it's fantastic. What the fuck? Oh, come on. It's really hard, but it's brilliant. It is brilliant. Do you like being a big boss and managing things? Do you like visceral violence? Of course you do, you're a games player. It's only £7. You will get hours out of this. It's fucking great. What was that, mate?
Yeah, I mean, not being funny, yeah, but end of the day, British games should be for British people, shouldn't they? You know, I don't think that's being racist. It's, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we're coming out of Europe, and, you know, all credit to what they've done for the gaming industry. I don't know exactly. I've not done any research. I don't know what they've done, but surely it frees us up to get more games from America and in Japan. Not that I trust them either, to be honest with you. But ultimately, you prefer a Japanese game than a Belgian game, wouldn't you? I just think British games for British people.
They have all the ideas, the British games. I don't like the European, because I played a Spanish game once and it was absolutely filthy, and my mum was like, you have to turn that off because it's not on. So yeah, British games I think are the best in the whole world, apart from American games. Is that it? Okay. Is this going to be on the telly?
Yeah, well, I think that... Well, first of all, the European games, I've played a few in my time, and I just want to say that I think they're absolutely filthy, you know. People taking a bath, and I don't think it's right. There was a time when the British were the best at games, you know, computer games about respectable subjects, you know, like Postmen, Jet Set Willies, Chubby Gristles, innocent fun. I just think Europeans are in general filthy. I think we're best rid of them. Get rid of them. That's what I say. Get back to the good old days of, you know, Pyjama Rama and games about mowing your fucking garden. You know, excuse the French. No, don't excuse the French, if you know what I'm saying.
So here's to you. May your dreams come true. May your father be unkind. And through the years, save your smiles and your tears. They're just souvenirs. They'll make music in your heart. Remember this, each new day is a kiss.
Theresa May made clear in the debate as well is that in her election
Hello, is that Sky?
giving
Yeah, I want to cancel my package.
when she triggered Article
No, I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm leaving. No, you can't change my mind. I'm definitely leaving.
All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morn.
Okay, sold the house, cancelled Sky, stuff I don't need at charity shop. Good. Is that a taxi, aye? Yeah, can I get a taxi to, yeah. Oh yeah, same address. It's going off the planet, I'm leaving the planet. Yeah, as soon as possible. Right, I asked for a AAA title, I did, right, and Mass Effect Andromeda is just that. It's made by BioWare and EA, it's the latest offering in a blockbuster series, but I just can't shake the feeling that Rab and Ryan, my dads, have locked me in a cupboard with a carton of cigarettes and are teaching me a lesson. Right, the story starts as humanity and their alien buddies are all leaving the Milky Way with the aim of populating new homeworlds in the Andromeda galaxy. As part of the Andromeda Initiative, the player takes on the role of either Scott or Sarah Ryder, who wakes up after 600 years of stasis and finds themselves in charge of the initiative's survival. Right, but this being a Mass Effect game, there's a lot of talking. And that's what Mass Effect fans like, isn't it? That's what they like, a bit of space bants, a bit of galactic guffaws, right? Most of the early dialogue choices are about shaping the kind of rider we want to be. Is he going to be a cool, logical head, or is he going to be a self-confident adulation junkie? Or, my personal favourite, cocksure, roguish, Han Solo-esque sex pest. I decided early doors to flirt hard at every opportunity.
I think you'll see that showing up is only one of my many talents.
Is that right? Well, I'll be sure not to blink. I want to see them all.
Let me know if I go too fast for you.
There's no such thing.
Mass Effect, Mass Erect, more like. Am I right? I'll flirt with anything. Women, man or monster. Doesn't bother me. I'm basically the captain of the Love Boat. You know, 50 hours of heavy petting gameplay to get through. In space, nobody can hear you scream, darling. Know what I mean? Fancy some space drinks? Because this is basically a space soap opera, that's what it is, and that's why fans of the series are delighted. All your favourite aliens are back, spiky guys with deep voices, racial stereotype alien, blue unisex women types, the kind that Captain Kirk would defo pump, and they're all going on holiday to Andromeda. Right, they're all going on holiday. The gameplay suffers from some pretty major frame rate drops as well, glitches, regardless of the amount of action on screen, and considering how much bloody talking there is, the facial animations can be brutal. All to be expected maybe with a game of this scale, and it is huge, but it feels buggier than previous incarnations. The combat too feels stuck 10 years in the past, and when you've got titles like Neo and Nier out at the moment with brilliant engaging battle that requires thought and strategy, this kind of action just doesn't stand up now. Where Mass Effect has aimed to move on is in the weaponry. There is now a dizzying array of armaments and biotic powers to choose from and build, but similarly to Bioshock Infinite, rather than providing a multitude of alternatives to complete your goals, the reality is you don't really need to use 90% of it. It's not just the weaponry that blinds you with options. There's pretty much concept overload in every area. Mining droids, for example, then more conversations, emails, then more chatting, research and development, even more talking. In fact, there's even so much talking that characters often tell you to come back later because they can't be arsed explaining all the concepts right now. I was looking forward to a wee break from my life. I've got a lot going on in the real world at the moment. Bills, parenthood, moving house. I didn't pay £50 to do all this reading. Basically space homework. I've learned my lessons, Dad. Can you let me out? I'll play whatever you want next month. Dads, can I get out?
Have you finished it?
No, I've not finished it.
It's only 100 hours long, son.
100 hours long. I don't want to flirt in space anymore.
I think that's enough.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a new video game to play. Can you give me a recommendation?
Overwatch.
I play Overwatch.
Yeah, it's
Anything
great.
else? Overwatch is amazing.
Overwatch is amazing. Yeah, generally Blizzard does great stuff. Well, there's Overwatch.
I haven't tried that one yet.
Yeah.
I know people love it.
Is it really good?
All right. Well, thank you very much for the time. I know you
All
got
right.
to get going.
Cool. Do you play anything besides Overwatch? I mean, like,
The best game I played recently, and it's not a super new game, I play Overwatch.
also from Blizzard.
I loved it.
Okay.
As games have become more like the replacement for the NFL, I think the storytelling just gets generally neglected. So it
Yeah.
was like especially striking to play one that was like absolutely cinematic
Yeah.
storytelling.
Oh, good job, both here, dads. Can I have a quick chat?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, you best sit down for this, actually.
God. Is everything okay?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm okay. Just I've got something to tell you.
I think I know where this is going. And whatever it is that you need to tell us, Jerry, you're our son, we raised you as our son, and we love you, and everything's okay.
I'm sure there's nothing that can surprise us, Jerry. I mean, you hatched out a big egg, so what could really surprise us? Carry on, son, don't. It's your dad's.
Okay, here goes. Okay, I know you're big Nintendo fans, both of you are big Nintendo fans, but I have never played Zelda and I just don't fancy it.
Jerry.
Please don't be angry. It doesn't appeal to me. And I don't think it ever will appeal to me.
Quiet, Jerry.
I know you're going to be disappointed because I know how much you love Zelda. I know how amazing everyone says it is, and I get that. I get that for some people it's an amazing game, it's fantastic, but it just doesn't appeal to me.
Oh, Jerry.
I'm allowed to have games not appeal to me.
Robert, speak to your son.
Jerry, think carefully. Because things could be said in this universe you don't take back.
I'm not into it. It doesn't appeal to me. I don't get it.
Jerry.
We Zelda. We Zelda.
Hi, Jerry, son. Listen, you've been sent to bed, but we're going to make this video for you.
If I'd known that one day I would have a son who rejected Zelda as an experience, well, I'd have probably just thrown myself into the canal. I'd have found the canal and thrown myself in, right?
And drag me with you. Even though I didn't want to go, you dragged me with you.
I would drag you into the canal.
And you know what? As my lungs were inhaling water, I'd go, fair enough. That would be my last thought. I'd think, fair enough.
I would watch Ryan die. I would stare into Ryan's eyes underwater, and I would see the life leave Ryan's eyes, and I'd think to myself, fair enough, Ryan's dead. Fair enough.
And it's all your fault, son.
Zelda is... If there was one word that I was able to send into space...
Go on.
If there was one word I was able to send into space, Ryan, that would sum up the magic of video games, then Zelda would be that word that I'd fire out a rocket into the stratosphere, I think.
A wee bit of an anticlimax, but all day. Look at that.
That is one of the most pleasant experiences in a video game, floating down on Link's famous drifting balloon kite. Can't remember what it's called. What is it called?
Drifting balloon kite. It's great, mate. Sorry for swearing on a Nintendo bit, but it's fucking great, isn't it?
Don't swear at our son, for one thing. That's why Jerry has these daft ideas about no playing games like Zelda.
The damage is done.
This game is profoundly good. It's, you know how sometimes people play these open world games and they kind of go, oh, it's brilliant, it's like a world you can wander about and do everything in it. They're talking shite.
The most exciting thing for me in this Zelda game is the fact that you get a sense that Nintendo have had a wee look about, a wee spy about the games in this and went, we're going to have some of that, but we're going to do it right.
Yeah, it almost feels like to me, Ryan and Jerry, almost feels like to me as if they've looked at the other stuff that everybody's raving about and they've went, that's a bit shite, how come they're getting loads of credit for that? Moan we'll do it the way it should be done.
It's incredible what they've done, Nintendo, the way they've crafted their way into this position is really, it's fascinating. I think people will be looked on in years to come, and people will wonder over it because they make quality now, Nintendo. That's what Nintendo means. It means quality, the best of the best.
Jerry, as we record this, we are just waiting for Mario Kart 8 to arrive for the Switch because we know that's the racing game done right, perfect, fun, slick, lovely, and this is the open world game done right, perfect, slick, lovely, and also drawing on all that nostalgia of the great Zelda games of the past that you won't play, son, that you haven't played, son.
Just calm down, Robert. You're getting worked up again.
We should have kept him in that egg.
Son, don't ever wake up.
Hello and welcome to Metacritic Watch. My name is Dave Desper, and I'm keeping tracks this episode on the Metacritic score for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Broken windows, empty
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild still sitting at 98.
Pale dead moon in a sky streaked with gray.
What you don't want is these people.
Human kindness,
they try
is overflowing.
My creative prophecy.
And I think it's
just prophecy creates clicks.
today.
And clicks create cash. We've got some new reviews coming in.
Scarecrow's dress, lady stars, frozen smiles, chase love away.
97. There's a dog that gone. There's no one that's gone. I do anything for money. These people are slaves for years of their lives. She's slaves for years. To make this game. To make them to do wrong. And what did they do? They just saw it.
Lonely.
We could have let me give them the oxygen. We give them the oxygen. The game's journalist. He punched me in the mouth. It is all going to.
That's the way you treat a friend.
Y donde más no cabe un alma y se mete a darse caña poseído por el ritmo ragatanga. Y el DJ que lo conoce toca el himno de las 12 para Diego, la canción más deseada. Y la baila, y la goza, y la canta.
What can you say about Dundee that hasn't been already said? Weather's never great, but I've came here to talk about, there's a lot of indie games getting made in Dundee, and I want to talk about a couple of great wee indie games, which is all we can afford really, because you can't really live a decadent lifestyle when you're a humble computer game reviewer. Fuck me, it's roasting. Do you ever get in the mood where you just want to sit in the dark in your room with maybe a lamp on, load up a wee game, and you're sitting, you know, it's like you're huddled around a fire almost, and you just want to be cosy and play a good game? Well, this, Stories Untold, let me tell you something, this is the game you want. Or games, that's why I said indie games, because this is a collection of wee games, a collection of wee stories, and it's just a beautifully slick wee thing. Let me tell you, there's a lot of love and care have been poured into this one, and it just, a game like this just takes me back. It takes me back to when I used to play text adventures all the time, like all the time. And this feels like a wee evolution of that, you know what I mean? This is something that plays on your memory of what a text adventure was. It's something that plays on your memories of all the old Infocom games and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And uses that to create something that's new and thrilling and scary and weirdly emotional. Weirdly emotional. I have very little to criticise about this game, if I'm being honest, you know, because it really taps into a lot of the things that I like. A lot of people have seen it and they've thought, well, this looks like kind of something, you know, that's been influenced by Stranger Things, you know. Well, obviously in the marketing I think there's been a wee touch of that, but really where this game comes from is a really, really human and really personal place. I'm telling you, human and personal. I mean, it's me, it's Rab here, right? You don't really hear my son Jerry or Ryan talking about stuff like games being human and personal, do you? And that's me kind of hang into it, you know what I mean? But bear with me, but human and personal, and like I said, quite moving, because it reminds you of loading up the old machines. It reminds you of playing with old analog equipment, physical stuff. It's a game that feels physical. It's a game that feels, I'm talking like one of the guys off of MasterChef now when I describe it. It just feels physical and real and lovely. And I really, really like this. And I'm not going to tell you anything about it really, because you need to discover it all for yourself. All the wee surprises. Shut the curtains, turn off the light, get yourself some stories untold and get them tell. Get them tell. Stories tell. The boy done a good generation. We're all here today for a good reason, and that reason is, of course, to talk about Peter Moore. I mean, what can we say really about this guy?
He is a man who stands alone in the industry. Obviously, he was a man's man, and he was a phenomenal man of business, of ideas, of a work ethic like we've never seen before, and an industry of slobs. I think he was the guy. He's up at 4 a.m, you know, he hit the gym, have a snack, have a bath, get the suit on, and he's ready for business as usual.
At the same time, still not letting that world get away from him. He never let that go to his head. He was still a working man at the end of the day. You say the word man and you're absolutely right. Still at the end of the day, a lover of normal things like normal guys are as well. A big lover of football as well, big lover of football at Liverpool, the Toffees.
Yeah, I mean, that's what really makes me feel happy that it is that he's pursued his dream in that area, that he's left us with dreams of his achievements and has moved on to these new pastures where he can fulfill that working class man's dream of, you know, running a football club. Let me just tell you something about Peter Moore. That guy has a twinkle about him, and I think the great business people all have that sense of charm, that sense of leadership. That guy's a leader. Let me tell you something. If you had to go into a battle, you'd want to go over that trench with Peter Moore by your side, I think.
I absolutely agree with what you're saying. It's an aura that Peter has. He's not just a guy with get up and go and great ideas and a lot of, you know, a fit guy. He's more than that. He has an aura about him. He's like any field that Peter went into, he could have made a success in that. Peter in the movies, for example, like if he wants an acting career, he's got it, because can you imagine like a Stallone, an Arnie, a Peter Moore movie? Absolutely. I mean, sign me up for a ticket to watch that movie.
It could be one of the Expendables, except we can't afford to lose him. He's not expendable. That's the way it is.
Exactly. My son's right there. I think we have just seen the fact that Peter Moore is not expendable, because the announcement that he's leaving the games industry, I think, has sent shockwaves. I mean, it
take many years for people to realise just what they've lost with Peter. You know, he is a behemoth, I think, in the games industry.
I think it's the fact that he's been there at all the key events. You think about all the developments in the gaming world, and he's been there.
He's always there early as well. He's there early.
Ahead of time. He's there early. He's already worked out. He's there ahead of time.
That sums it up. When I've been at difficult junctions in my life, struggling with work, struggling with deadlines, I've often thought to myself, what would Peter Moore do here? He'd just pull himself up by his bootstraps. He'd do that cheeky wink into the mirror and he'd get on with things. I just want to, before we close, just relate one of my favourite stories about Peter Moore. It must have been at an E3 not so long ago. Peter Moore came out onto the stage and he announced a lot of exciting new products for the consumer. But my God, he got to the end and everybody thought, he got them. Let me tell you something. They all believed that it was over. Yeah. And then there was just a beat, just a moment, and you could see that twinkle in his eyes. And that's the thing. He's a Northern Englishman. He's got that twinkle, and he said there was just one more thing. He rolled up his sleeve, and that was really, he rolled up the sleeve of history that day.
There's something I want to tell you that I've never actually shared before. If it hadn't been for Peter Moore, I don't think I would have a beard just now.
Let's just leave it with this. Peter Moore, you have been a standard bearer, but you've never lost your that grounding, salt of the earth.
Yeah,
I would say.
He's a standard bearer who never dropped his standards.
Brilliant. That's exactly it.
Peter.
Yep.
Peter.
Sorry, I'm just a bit too emotional.
I believe the children are a future. Teach them well and let them be good. Show them all the beauty they possess inside, and give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to come to. I never found anyone who fulfilled